So, hello everyone, Korg Kronos. So today we talk about Korg Kronos. I should probably specify that again, as always, this is not going to be a very technical, comprehensive review that covers every aspect of the keyboard. Not at all, because I'm not a very technical guy, and also that's not what I like to do. What I like to do here is to bring my own experience with the Korg Kronos. So the way that I've used it, what my feeling is with regards to the keyboard. So yeah, I've had this keyboard for almost 2 years now. Well, I bought it just before the pandemic, so as soon as I bought it, I obviously couldn't go out and play. I had the opportunity to have it at home for a long time, so I was able to do a lot of productions with it. So I used it, and then I started gigging with it in June, when basically all the gigs started again. So that's, I think, June 2021 in my case. And yeah, it's been great. It's been amazing. So my experience with the Korg Kronos is that it is really everything that you want it to be, in the sense that it is a very complete instrument. Well, this is everything in the sense, okay, it is officially classed as a workstation, so that means that you can actually make music with it without needing a computer. So, and that's because it has a sequencer built in, so you can actually create tracks using just this keyboard. It's got plenty of sounds. It's got more than, I think, 2,000 sounds, and by sounds I mean single sounds, which in the Korg world are called programs. So it's got more than 2,000 programs, that range from acoustic instruments to synthesizer to pianos, electric piano, keyboard instruments, drums. It's got drum tracks. So this is also a sampler, so you can you can load in your own samples. And one element that struck me straight away is the quality of the sound on this keyboard is just exceptional. And also everything you do, whatever you select sounds great already. You don't need to tweak it, and obviously if you want you can tweak it and adjust it, but in many cases you don't need to do that, because the sounds are already perfect as they are. They're already ready to go out and gig with your band. So yeah, well, let's listen a bit more, and I will probably get some more ideas as I play. So this is the acoustic piano. This is the Kronos German Grand. Also here the attention to detail is really, is really out of this world. Okay, well, let's move towards the electric pianos. Intervene in real time, say on the filter. So yeah, as I was saying, every sound is ready, every sound can be played, and it sounds amazing, it sounds wonderful. It sounds strong but warm at the same time. You know, there's this quality. I don't know how else to describe. You probably, you know, hopefully you'll be able to hear it in the recording. This keyboard is really powerful, so you can actually get into the keyboard and change every element of a synthesizer, you know, to tweak the sound as you want. But it is not that easy, and it is not that immediate. You know, the instruction manual is really huge. I don't know, I think it's thousands of pages, so you can certainly do that, but it's not as immediate, you know, as easy to program as other keyboards. So I would say this, you know, just in case, but obviously you can do it. Organs. Again, you can intervene. You can open the control surface page, and you can actually see what all the knobs do, all the faders and all the real-time controller. So amp, gain, expression, overtone, key on click, and then you have three knobs dedicated to the EQ. So low, medium, and treble. Obviously you got a Leslie controller, but you know, just to say that like all the details have been really thought about, you know, the whole instrument has been made by, you know, by people that play, you know, but by people that know how you actually use the keyboard in the real world, in real life. So yeah, like literally every sound, and because there are so many different sounds, you know, some sounds you may never need to use in real life, but you find everything. You find, you know, the strange, the ugly ones, you know, ugly as in they're trying to be ugly. And every sound has got this, you know, old sounds have this depth, this power. Like every great instruments, they have the power to inspire you. So you just strike a note, and you can hear something that could start. You know, you can hear what could be the beginning of a song, the beginning of a piece, and that's the most important element of a musical instrument, I think. So having an instrument that can at the same time inspire you in this creative way, but also be like technically efficient to be put in any situation live and perform, is really, really, I think, this is really what sets Korg Kronos apart from the rest of all keyboards that are trying to be a keyboard like the Kronos. So yeah, just a vast array of different applications that the keyboard can satisfy. It's just amazing. And I think I will continue to use it live. And that's the thing. I don't need to struggle to program it live. I can actually search. You can search for a particular sound by category, and very quickly you arrive to a sound that is good. That is at least good for the application that you need on that particular day. But if you have the time and if you have the will, and maybe I'm going to cover this in other videos, you can actually get under the hood and you can program some of the sound engines on board. All kind of bells, all kind of slow synth, like motion pictures, all kind. Basses. Choir. Yeah. The only limitation is obviously the technical ability of the player. But strings, well, okay, this keyboard has got some of the best strings that I've heard from any keyboard. Like the effectiveness, the efficiency on stage are just out of this world. So, just to wrap it up, because I realize I've been waffling on for ages. Okay, two things. One, the quality of the sounds. The sounds are just, like all of them, like whatever you select, they're just amazing. Now, of course, you might say that if you need a particular application, if you need a real Hammond, probably just a real Hammond will do. So if you're in that type of situation, maybe this is not the keyboard for you. Although, for instance, the organ, the CX3, which is on board, is like plenty good enough for a number of situations. For sure, all the situations in which I have been in, because I never found myself in an organ trio kind of situation. So I've always done okay with the organ that was on board. But there are some very limited cases in which you need that particular instrument. If you need a Hammond, then you need a Hammond. This sounds very similar, but it doesn't have all the details and all the nuances of a real Hammond, or even of a dedicated clone. For anything else, with this one you can get away, in 99% of the cases, and do an amazing job. So the quality of the sound, the readiness of the sounds. You don't need to tweak them. So as I said, you can tweak them if you want, but you don't need to. In most cases, the sounds are just ready as they are, and they're just perfect. The keyboard is amazing. Obviously, this is the 61 version, so synthesizer key, so the action is the action of a synth, not of a real piano. It just gives you, the more you ask, the more it gives back. The touch is really, really good. The after touch is really amazing. The dynamic response is really amazing. You quality of the sound, readiness of the sounds, but at the same time, the vast amount of possibilities. So you have huge possibilities to actually intervene on the sound and program. And yeah, is it the easiest keyboard to program? No, maybe that's another area in which this keyboard may not be the keyboard for you. It can be really simple when it comes to using it. As I said, it's got this wonderful touch screen, so you can actually look for a particular sound through the sound category search, and you can find what you need. But the programming aspect of it, the sound designing part of it is not as immediate as having a bunch of real knobs. And here you actually need to get into the menus, and there are so many of them, so it can be a bit tricky to program. Obviously, I cannot get into every sound. If you guys are interested in one particular type of sound from this keyboard, let me know in the comments, and I can focus my attention on that. But so that's it. So that's my experience with the Korg Kronos. I'm just loving it. It's just a great keyboard. I don't think that I will ever sell it, just because it's great for playing live. It feels great. It sounds great. It is ready. All the sounds that I need are there, and many more. And I have to say, the more I have it, and the more I'm actually, the more I feel like getting into the keyboard and learning to program and to sound design with this keyboard, because that's the thing, it is possible to sound design with this keyboard. It's not as immediate and as easy, probably as simple as other keyboards, but it is possible. And even a guy like me that is not particularly technical, I'm actually learning more and more. And in fact, in some of the subsequent videos, I might show you some of the synth sound engines on board, and what I was able to, what I'm able to get out of them. Again, probably without going into too much detail, because I can't do that. So that's my experience. I love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you're particularly interested in some particular aspect of the keyboard that I have missed out. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel if you like what I do. Let me know in the comments what you would like to hear more of, less of, and I hope that you enjoy your day. And peace and love.